Good evening, my dear children. I, Mrs. P. White, am going to explain Chapter 2 in History, the Growth of Nationalism. Now, first, before we begin the lesson, the growth of nationalism, we should be clear with the word. What do you mean by nationalism? Nationalism is love for your country, togetherness, unity, common consciousness. That means all of us have to come together and we should have the same mindset, we should have the same thinking, and then only we can unite. So the feeling of nationalism is the feeling of patriotism, love for your country. And unless there is love for your country, no revolution can begin. And I am connecting this chapter, growth of nationalism, to French Revolution. Now, what was the reason for the French Revolution to begin? This happened in the year 1789. Now, see, this was one of the earliest nationalist movements in the world. And one way or the other, all the revolutions that took place in the world were influenced by French Revolution. Now, for any revolt to take place, for any revolution to take place, definitely there has to be many causes. That means without the causes, nothing good or nothing bad can happen. Now, causes of the French Revolution, the first cause which I am going to explain is your political causes. Now, political causes will definitely be connected to your kings, the queens, the rulers who were ruling at that time in the 18th century. So, if we go back into history, you will see that Louis XVI and his wife Marie Antoinette, as it is mentioned in your book also, he was the king at that time and he was ruling in France in the 18th century. And when he was ruling in France and in the 18th century, he was not marked as a very good king. Why? Because he considered himself as a representative of God on earth. He was having an absolute monarchy, meaning all the laws were in his own hands. That means he did not consider any, meaning he was not doing anything for the welfare of the people, for the common man. He was only bothered about his luxuries, his good life, and the good things around him. But as a king, what was his duty? His duty was to take care of all the people of his country, which was not happening at that time. And I will definitely tell you what were the reasons. See, he lacked leadership quality. One important point is leadership quality. French administration was marked by nepotism. Nepotism means that partiality. He had divided the whole country into 3 estates. That is why when we see in the social causes, you will see that how they were divided into 3 estates. First estate was the clergy, the priestly class. Second estate, the nobility. That means all the nobles, the high class, the bureaucracy, they were all in the second estate. And the third estate were of the peasants. The peasants and the bourgeois. Bourgeois means the little higher, the merchants, the professionals, they all comprised of the third estate. So we will see that in the first political causes, high posts were only given to nobles, aristocrats. There was no uniform system of laws. Aristocrats were not punished whether any crime they did, whereas others were punished. The common man was punished. There was more taxes, a burden of taxes on the lower class, but not on the higher class, not on the nobility, not on the clergy. So they were having a good time, whereas the common man was suffering. And the last point for today I will finish is that the system of elections were not prevalent at that time. That means Why? Because there was hereditary system. That means absolute monarchy. Kings were ruling, queens were ruling, and they were not bothered about the good or the welfare of the people. So today, my dear children, I have only explained the political causes, and I end my video here, and the next causes will come in the next video. So take care and be safe. Thank you.